reviewing, or this whole video is reviewing this, the BR Series custom coilover from BC Racing. This is the very first aftermarket piece I've ever bought for any car I've ever owned. I've done it obviously for mountain bikes and road bikes and skis and all my other stuff, but I've always been the person who's bought a higher performance car that was also utilitarian. I've never actually owned a toy for a car. And you want to call it my midlife crisis, cool. That means I'm going to live into my 90s and I'm okay with that. So why did I suddenly pull the trigger and do this? The suspension on the Spyder is 21 years old. It's done. You can actually, I could feel it when I bought it 2.5 years ago, but it's still a blast to drive. Brought it to the shop and they said, man, they're all leaking, they're all done. So I did some research, looked around, and price for performance. These cost me $1,000. These were probably, they just looked like they really fit what I needed. I was worried if I did OEM, these might be sagging, and I don't want this to get any higher. I'm not going to Jeep it. I'm not going to put a 4-inch lift on this thing. So I was afraid if I got OEM, it would be too high, and I had no capability to lower it all. Not that I'm going to slam this, because I would basically look like a middle-aged, an aging hipster driving his nephew's car. So I'm quite aware of what I am, who I am, blah, blah, blah. I'm pontificating again. Sorry. So anyway, in case I put the OEM on and it was too high, I would have no alternative but to do it all over again. So the custom coilovers, they can actually, you can adjust the height, and I've got the wrenches for them, and that's something I might talk about, or you can, there's other videos that talk about that. The whole system itself, you can actually raise and lower. I believe it's up to 3 inches for the BR series. That was kind of nice because maybe I'd like to lower it 1 inch, not much more than that. I don't want to have any bottom out or hitting any fenders. The thing I really liked is right here, and actually you can see, I'm not worried about, this one's a front one, and you can see it's got, you can actually change the camber, so if you want to stance, and you know, I'm not into stance nation, again, aging hipster, can't go there. But you get your knob here. You can actually set the stiffness of the recoil. And I guess I'll talk about that for a little bit. And the nice thing is, like my mountain bike, I have 3 settings. I have locked out, I've got what they call cross country, so it's a medium, and then wide open, so that's when I'm going downhill and trying not to die. You want the suspension to move a bunch. What I really liked about these is there are 30 settings, 30 clicks on the knob here, from fully soft to fully hard. And I'll describe to you basically what's going on. In the actual piston itself, you've got the piston in the cylinder, there are holes in the actual piston head. And what you're doing when you're rotating that is, the holes themselves, if they're wide open like that, that would be on the softest setting. So the holes are as wide as they can be, and the fluid can move very easily between them. When you start to set it to stiffer, you're rotating and blocking out those holes basically. And so now all of a sudden the fluid can't move as easily between the 2 chambers, and there's more stiffness to it. So 30 clicks, that's a heck of a lot. I mean, you're never going to use that many. Most people will basically find a setting on the low end on the soft end, I should say, for when they're driving around town, and then something towards the hard end for when they're going to do some spirited driving. That, I was like, that's me. That's what I want. What they usually say is you set it right in the middle, 15, you drive it around for a little bit, figure out if you want it stiffer or softer, and you just you fine tune it yourself. So that was the reason I bought these. The other thing I really want to mention before we get to actually driving and performance and reaction is, these are plug and play. BC Racing, they reverse engineer the OEM parts to make sure that no modifications need to be made to neither the actual part nor the vehicle itself. And I read up on a couple of different brands where it sounded like you had to either like make some cutting on parts from the OEM and retain those, or it just, there was some side work, I guess, is the tertiary work that was necessary. I'm not that guy. This is me, plug and play. And that was another reason why I chose these. So obviously we haven't installed them yet. That's the next thing. I'm going to do a little bit of driving before they get installed and some driving after they're installed. And you guys get to see what my final review is. Okay, so that is my 360 camera with motion stability. So I'll be interested to see if that actually portrays how rough the ride is. This is a road I've driven on purpose this week to check the rough ride. Again, I still have it set at 15. And, yeah. There's a few more bumps with this suspension on there. That's to be expected, especially with it set in the middle. Yes, I don't have it set for super hard, but yeah, a lot stiffer ride. It's going to take me a bit to get used to the steering. I'm not going to say it's a bad thing that it's heavier. One of the things I did love about this was how lightweight the front end felt compared to anything else I've driven. And now my check engine light just came. That's not good. This intermission is brought to you by a P0303 cylinder 3 misfire code. I know, check the spark plugs.
Ew.
Okay, replace all of those, but still have the error.
Oops.
How about checking the coil pack? Heck, why replace one of those when you can replace all?
Dumb.
Still have the error. Time to get towed. The shop said it's the fuel injector. Hell, it's only money, so go crazy, man.
Make it rain.
Now we wait for a week for the parts to show up and get installed. And now we return you to a regularly scheduled program already in progress. The best way to describe this is planted. Planted. Unbelievable. Still got it set at 15. And the best way to describe it, I could get myself in serious trouble. It is flat around corners. Like, these are the first real corners I'm doing, and there's no body roll compared to what we had. It's unbelievable. I can take corners, I don't know, 10, 15 miles an hour faster than I was, and that's scary. And now I can understand why people get into trouble with this car. Before, you could kind of feel the edge of the envelope, and now, my God! Oh my God! Yeah, the stability is so crazy. It entices you to go harder. It entices you to go faster. We've got another set coming up here at curves. And it's to get you in trouble. They're awesome. Woo-hoo! All right, let's go through these corners here. Oh, biker, try not to kill you. That's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my God. All right. Here's a good corner, but there's probably parking. So let's see what we can do. Oh my God. Oh my God. No bouncy bouncy? Oh, she used to bounce around this. Ah! Yeah. 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 Be careful. That's what I will say. Be careful. I gotta relearn the whole car. I don't know where the edge of the envelope is anymore. This is crazy. No bouncing right here. Unbelievable. Holy God. Yes! Yes! Worth the money. So, now we're going to drive around town a little bit. I got them set all the way down at 1. So this is as soft as they get. Let's see how this goes. Oh my God. Holy crap! Wow! Wow! That is uncanny. Yeah.
softest setting, it feels pretty much like the stock OEM. Yeah, this is my car. This is my Spyder, as it was before I got the coilovers. This is exactly, yeah, even the steering is lighter. That is the thing that's craziest. The steering feels lighter. But as far as bumps are concerned, and I know that thing's bouncing around a lot, I don't know why, but as far as taking the bumps, yep, I'm on the softest setting. This is what it was when it was stock. So my final say, absolutely, buy them. They're worth the money. You can make it scary sporty if you want to, and it can still be your delightful everyday driver. All in one.